What's up, fellas? Had a loyal patron supporter that wanted me to break down the road to breakup. All right, basically, he wants to know, how do we get down that road? Where does it start? All right, he want to know the signs on when it starts towards a heartbreak. All right, so first off, you guys need to understand something with a breakup, right? When the woman breaks up with you, right? It usually is rooted in two reasons: loss of attraction or lack of attention. All right. The loss of attraction, once you get there, that's not salvageable, right? Once you get to a certain level, I should say it like this: the hug trying to get your attention is more salvageable than the loss of attraction. That's a better way of me putting it. All right. And I'm going to break down how you can tell which is which. Okay, guys? So you guys will understand. Now, the loss of attraction, you still have a chance at the beginning, but once you get a certain point, it's not salvageable. Okay? And with the attention, when she's trying to get your attention, it's salvageable for a very long time. All right? And I'll break that down in details as we go along with the video. All right, guys. So this is the road to heartbreak. All right? Road to heartbreak. Guys, if you're in the Atlanta area and you're looking for work, or if you're an employer looking for workers, please go to my website, paideverydaystaffing.com. If you're an employer, go to the employers section of my website, fill it out, and I'll get back to you. And if you're a worker looking for work, go to the workers section of my website, fill it out, and I'll get back with you. Thank you. Number one is the loss of attraction. Okay? Basically, this is when the woman looks less enthused to see you. All right? When you talk to her on the phone, she doesn't sound giddy. Right? When she's around you, she isn't playing with her hair and looking at you. Now, here's the thing. If it's a cry for attention, she'll do the same thing. Right? If she feels unappreciated, she'll do the same thing. Okay? So even if it's a loss of attraction or she's feeling underappreciated, you get the same reaction from her. You get the same cold shoulder. So I need you guys to understand that. Now, the loss of attraction typically comes from like weak behavior, right? You're acting weak. You're starting to act booty whipped, or you're acting too playful, too silly, or the relationship is losing this sexual intimacy, right? It's losing that fire. It's starting to feel too friendly, and you're acting too insecure. That's the loss of attraction. The attention aspect is, as far as her not feeling appreciated, basically means you're not dating your wife, or you're not providing value to her life. Or maybe it's something as simple as your a lack of communication, right? Or when you're with her, you don't know how to interact with a woman and keep the interest going without overdoing it. You don't know how to do that balance, right? You don't want to be too clingy, but you don't want to act too distant either. All right? Sometimes you motherfuckers are just too fucking cheap, right? You don't date your woman. Or maybe you do the same fucking thing, right? So the woman has probably tried to communicate with you about these concerns, and you just don't listen. And you see this with a lot of men. Women, if it's a lack of attention, the woman will convey to the man, hey, we're going to go out Saturday. Well, I work late Friday night, so I was just thinking maybe we chill on Saturday. You guys let me tell you like this. I'm just gonna lay the cards on the table. Okay, let's just be real. This ain't bullshit Wednesday. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. If you can't afford a woman, you just can't afford a woman. Let's just call a spade a spade. A woman can be a liability and an asset at the same fucking time. She can bring value to your life, but it also costs to keep her. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Just like a car. A car's an asset. How you gonna get to work? How you gonna go see your friends and family? It's an asset. It's also a liability. Got maintenance. That's what a woman is. She's an asset. Suck your dick, cook for you sometimes, rub your shoulders, keep you company, companionship, but she got maintenance. A woman is a liability and a fucking asset. You have to date your fucking woman. If you can't do that, then just don't date women right now. Focus on your grind and your purpose, and then come back and date, because you are not going to be able to keep a woman if you don't have some disposable income. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Now, y'all gonna keep on listening to all these dating coaches and all this game bullshit. Everything's about game. You don't have to go on dates, and you don't have to talk on the phone and just call a woman and she come over and suck your dick the first day and tell her get the fuck out, and you'll let her know when she can come back and suck it again. All that other bullshit. Women are a responsibility. They are a liability. They can be a great asset. For all you ladies out there, for the 3 ladies watching me, I understand you can bring some value to a man's life. Somebody gotta suck my dick. I ain't gonna suck it. So somebody gotta suck it. So that alone makes you an asset, because it damn sure gonna get sucked. So you're a very, very valuable asset. That's a very valuable skill to have. I mean, can't put a price on that. Right? So I'm not gonna shit talk you like you don't bring no value. You do bring some value, but it costs. So date your fucking women, guys. All right? So this is the first step where you see that change in behavior, slower texts, slower response. Like I said, guys, if it's a lack of attention, you get the same response. When a woman feels underappreciated, unheard, you get that same response, those slow response. So she does that. She's trying to get your attention. She's trying to let you know something's not right. Okay? Y'all know the kid. For all y'all guys who got kids, I don't got no kids, but I've been a kid. You know how when you want mama attention, what you do? You go sit on the couch and you pout. You don't say that. You just sit on the couch. You know she gonna come ask you what's wrong in a minute. So you just sit on the couch. You look at her like, bitch, when you gonna ask me what's wrong? Then you hold your head back down. Then you look back at her like, bitch, when you gonna ask me what's wrong? And then you hold your head back down. That's basically what your woman doing when she does these little subtle hints with the slow responses when it's from a lack of attention. Okay? She's basically pouting to get your attention. Okay? So when you see, damn, she took 5 or 4 hours to respond back to, and then you say, okay, no big deal. She said she was in a meeting. Fine, no big deal. Then you happen again. Now she got your attention. So that's why she does it. Okay? So analyze your behavior. No matter which one it is, guys. Right now it's salvageable, right? Analyze your behavior. Whatever you do, don't act insecure and all this other shit. Just look at your behavior and say, man, I ain't been treating my, you know what the fuck you doing, motherfucker. I don't got to sit up here and make no 30, 40-minute video next week trying to break down with the bad bitch. Motherfucker, you know. If you acting weak, you acting too clingy, acting too insecure, on the checkup phone, motherfucker, you know. You know. And if it's a cry for attention, you know damn well you ain't took your girl out in a month. You know, motherfucker. I ain't got to make no video. You know. You know. You been fucking that girl, fucking her, and getting your nut in 1 minute, and that's it. And you got the audacity to sit here and look at me on this camera and tell me something. AMS, can you tell me what I'm doing wrong? Motherfucker, you know. You know. If you're going to bust in a minute, goddamn it, and you want to keep her happy, then you have to keep at least coming back. Come back and have sex 2 or 3 times just so you last longer. Or you can stay a minute, man. Just got to bring more, provide more value somewhere else. Maybe you get some shrimp with that steak. You know, you got to compensate, man. Shit. I got to tell you all my tricks. Shit. You know, maybe she get some little lobster on top of that steak, you know. Yeah, hey, listen, guys. Listen. If you ain't gonna blow her back out, she gotta get a little bit extra appetizer with her meal. I'm just gonna let y'all guys know. Maybe she get the steak and the lobster. Y'all guys gotta learn how to compensate. Compensate. You know, shit. You gotta earn your keep some type of way, baby. Next, guys, you see the pullback. Basically, guys, this is when a woman starts getting flaky.
She don't make herself available. She started talking about, I'll let you know. Basically, you lose your priority. Like I said, guys, this goes with both situations. Both situations. If it's the pullback because of weakness, the same thing as in for the attention, the cry for attention. A woman will pull back for both situations. She'll get flaky for both situations. Like I said, right now it's dropping less. So the first one, it probably was a 7. Right now, when she starts pulling back and you lose your priority, right now about a 5. About a 5. She's losing, and maybe if it's the cry for attention, maybe the attraction is still higher. But guys, regardless, underappreciated, it's the same as if you having bad, weak behaviors. I want y'all guys, so let's put it to you guys. Let's hypothetically say you have a woman you really like, but she's not providing much value to your life, and you feel underappreciated, right? Right? You feel underappreciated. Whatever the situation is, you just don't feel like you getting a fair exchange for what you bring to the relationship. It don't matter how attracted to her you are, you're going to get tired of it. You're going to get tired of feeling like I'm putting more in than that person is putting in, regardless. So for any of my guys on here that the woman might be still have a high attraction, she just want a cry for attention, just understand your ass is in danger too. You just get a little bit longer rope, but your day is fucking coming. Like I said, guys, it's still salvageable. All you have to do is analyze your behavior and course correct. It's still salvageable. Either one of them. Whether it's weak behavior, if it's weak behavior, start giving her more space. Go back and typically what I've seen, guys, with the loss of attraction, if she had a high attraction and stuff like that, the weak behavior is you're not enforcing your boundaries. You had boundaries, but now you're not enforcing them. You're too clingy. You want to spend too much time with her, or you just acting too playful and silly. You can course correct that. Look at the behavior and course correct right now. Because once you get to this one, you can't course correct. The next one is the blatant disrespect. If you didn't course correct your behavior and it kept going, now when it's a cry for attention, you don't get the blatant disrespect. You get the next one, which I'll talk about that in a second. But with the blatant disrespect from weak behavior, basically at this point, guys, she's trying to force you out. I was watching a video on YouTube maybe a couple days ago where this woman was crying about how her boss treat her. And then I said, damn, it almost sounds like the boss want her to quit. And then sure enough, later on in the video, the woman was saying that if she quit, she wouldn't get her unemployment and she wouldn't get her severance. And I said, there you go. There you go. I'm trying to force you out. So guys, when a woman is blatantly getting disrespectful with you, she basically wants you to break up with her. All right. She wants you to be the cause. She is trying to force you to say, I don't want you no more. Once it get to that point right there, guys, the relationship is not salvageable. She done lost all respect for you and it is over. If you don't break up with her, she will break up with you, but not before she keeps trying to force you to leave her. She'll break up with you eventually, but she's going to try her damnedest to get you to do it. Now, I got some theories as to why women do this. I think maybe they don't want you to become a stalker, or you see a lot of women probably don't feel safe with breaking up with the man. There's a lot of crazy guys out here and shit like that. So maybe they want you to do it. So is you the one broke up with them, or they can play victim to the friends, so they don't come across as the bad person or whatever the case is. But that's typically how it works. The woman blatantly becomes, or maybe it's just instinctive, right? Maybe it's not even a ploy. Maybe it's subconscious. I don't fucking know. Maybe once the attraction is just so low, what seems like blatant disrespect is really just her lack of respect for you. So it's really not blatant, it's just a lack of respect, which causes her behavior to display blatant disrespect. So we can just say that, guys, that y'all guys ever been on a job where you basically didn't give a fuck if you got fired or not? Because I remember being like that at the gym. So it wasn't that I was wanting to get fired. Let's just say I didn't care if I got fired. So I think maybe that's what goes on with women when they start getting that disrespectful like that. It's not so much that, okay, I am going to make him break up with me. Maybe it's to the point to where I don't give a fuck. And their behaviors display that. So any of y'all guys ever be on a job like that, that's kind of probably what happens is you just subconscious, you just don't give a fuck. And so the boss might look at you and say, I think that motherfucker is trying to get fired. No, motherfucker, I just don't give a fuck. To you, it might seem like I hate you think I put that much thought into it, but I really didn't. I just don't give a fuck. And that's what you see on these jobs that offer a little value to you, is that you typically don't give a fuck. And the next one, guys, now this is the breakup. Now, when a woman has a cry for attention, typically that guy don't have to deal with the blatant disrespect. She just goes right to the breakup, right? She'll ask for space. Remember, guys, all this is hoping that, you start to miss her, appreciate her, fear losing her. So your behaviors, because typically a woman already done told you what she wants you to improve on and you're not improving it. So now she's trying to get it by hoping that her creating this space makes you start to appreciate her, right? So she's trying to get you to appreciate her by fear of loss, right? So if it's that situation now, it's salvageable. It's salvageable if it's if you didn't display weak behaviors. If you showed weak behaviors, you typically got the blatant disrespect. I'm just gonna tell y'all guys the honest God truth. If it's the loss of attraction, once it got to blatant disrespect, that's it. From this point on, it's only salvageable if it was her trying to get your attention. This has nothing to do with loss of attraction. This is all got to do with her wanting to get your attention. That means that your personality and who you are, like the way you carry yourself, she still cares a lot about you. Right? She still cares about, she just doesn't feel appreciated. Big fucking difference. Big fucking difference from being a weak guy who showed weak body language, who she just stopped liking altogether, opposed to a guy who she likes a whole lot. She likes the way you carry yourself. She likes your masculine frame. She just wants something about the way you treat her to change. That's it. She doesn't feel loved and appreciated. So she breaks up with you. In this situation, guys, she got to suck a whole lot of dick. Now, here's the caveat what a lot of you guys don't know. I got to tell y'all guys everything. She wants to suck a whole lot of dick. You guys have to understand that a woman wants a man she can fully respect. Fully respect. And be in her total feminine energy. There's no greater point in a relationship that when a woman walks away, breaks up with a man because she was a cry for attention, and he doesn't pursue her, she reaches out, and he basically like, if you want to come back here, you got to suck a whole lot of dick. At that very moment, that's when her attraction is at its highest. Because she's at her complete feminine submissive state. You basically told her, you can't get me back unless you suck a whole lot of dick. That puts her in a complete submissive state. Her complete feminine energy, submissive state. She just got with a dominant man who said, you can't get me back unless you suck a whole lot of dick. I want you guys to know that. So for all you guys who might be thinking you're doing a bad thing by making her suck a whole lot of dick, just understand she wants to suck a whole lot of dick. She wants to be in her complete feminine energy. Now here's the catch. I want you boys to listen up good. Well, a lot of guys fuck up at is that when they see the woman come back, they know, oh, I got her now. Woo, I got her now, boy. Not only do they not improve their behavior, they typically become worse because now they have all the power in the relationship. Now I want y'all guys to listen up carefully to what the fuck I'm gonna tell you. That's cool for right now. But you guys need to listen to this. Have any of y'all guys heard the song, When a Woman's Fed Up? Do any of y'all guys remember the movie White Men Can't Jump? Do you remember the end when Billy Hoyle comes back to the hotel room and his girl is gone for good finally this time? Guys, don't let that shit fool you. That's real life. The woman is giving you a cry for attention. She's saying, I don't feel appreciated. I don't know what you're doing, but something's off. Something's off. Something you're not doing is off. She feels underappreciated, right? You don't improve those behaviors. Maybe y'all go through 2, 3 more breakups. Who the fuck knows? I don't fucking know. Maybe this the last one. What I am telling you is, if you want to keep this woman in your fucking life, you better course correct right fucking now. You don't go pursuing her, none of that. Change what you doing, start showing this woman appreciation. Start making her feel more loved. Because if you don't, the lack of appreciation is going to overcome her attraction level. Let me repeat that. The lack of appreciation is going to overcome her attraction level. Just like attachment beats hypergamy and survival beats attachment. That's what's going to happen. So yes, a woman can have the utmost attraction to you. She can love your dirty socks. But at some point, the lack of appreciation will overcome that. If any of you guys have ever been in a relationship where you liked a woman a whole lot, but you didn't feel like she brought value to your life, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And you get tired of it. Now, for some of you guys, you don't have the options like that. So even if you get tired of it, you still stay there. But for men who have options, that shit is not going to work long. Or men who feel like they have options. Every man has options. Just some men don't live a life of abundance, so they don't feel like they have options. Obviously, some men have more options than others, but we all have options. You just got to get your ass out the house to see those options. But I'm letting you guys know right now that if you don't course correct, that lack of appreciation is going to override that. When a person is not valuing anything, getting the value out of a relationship, guys, why be there? So if I like you, I'm going to keep hoping that you change. I'm going to communicate this change. But after a while, if you don't change, why am I here? If I'm not getting any value back, if I don't feel appreciated, it don't matter how attracted to you I am. It don't matter. at some point, I got to love myself more than I love you. And so that's when you get to a point. Now, like I said, guys, that might take several breakups. What I'm letting you know that when she do finally get fed up, don't send me no fucking email, because I'm telling you right now to how to course correct. So you don't get to that point of no return. And that point of no return is exhaustion. She just feels like I've been saying the same thing for 3 years and he hasn't improved. We only still go out on 3 dates a year. He still doesn't make me feel wanted or loved. So the choice is up to yours. You can do the fuck you want to do. I'm just saying that if you have a girl you want to keep, you got to pay attention to that. All right. And the last one, guys, is totally disgusted and basically hates you. And this is the point of no return, right? All right. This is the point of no return. So if you were a guy who she blatantly disrespected and you kept pursuing, this is where you're headed. And if you're a guy she gave several chances to and you didn't improve, this is where you're headed. This is where you're headed. This is when you can't even be cordial. When a woman gives you several chances and you don't improve and she really cared about you, see, guys, there's a difference between growing apart, like interest changing, like you showed the woman appreciation, but y'all just drifted off in different directions. That's when you could be cordial. That's when you could see exes still follow each other on Instagram or Facebook, because it was like a mutual loss of interest. But when a woman really likes you, cares about you, and she was trying to get you to change and you just wouldn't change and show her appreciation, y'all can't be friends. She hates your fucking guts because she still has attraction to you. You just treated her like shit. Y'all can't be friends. She got to distance herself to heal. If you're a guy that she just stopped liking, you just displayed weak behaviors, whatever the reason was, and you kept pursuing, you get blocked. See, at least the guy who didn't change his behaviors and stuff, he don't get blocked. He might get unfollowed, but the guy who she hated, no. She don't just unfollow you. You get blocked. Yeah, she don't want nothing to do with you. You totally disgust her. You too weak. She don't even want your number in her phone. You show your phone number blocked, you blocked on all social media accounts. She hates your fucking guts. She also hates the guy that she cared a lot about that wouldn't change. Only time I've seen people remain friends is like when they both just like, this ain't working for neither one of us. No hard feelings. I see you around, dog. Fist bump, go your separate ways. That right there, that's fine. Like I said, guys, I don't got to break down the behaviors of neither one of them. You guys know exactly what the fuck you doing. You know if you too weak. You know if you're not showing your woman appreciation. So don't ask me about those comments in the don't ask that question in the comments, because you fucking know. You know. All you guys know exactly what, you know if you're weak in a relationship. You know if you're acting too playful in a relationship. You know if you don't date your woman in a relationship. You don't got to ask me the signs of which one is which. You know. All you guys know. You know exactly what the fuck you doing. All right, guys. So that's the road to heartbreak. Like I said, you can course correct at the very beginning. As far as the guys, when it's a cry for attention, you get a little longer leash. You get a little longer leash because it's lack of appreciation, not loss of attraction. But still, after a while, she's going to get fed up. You need to course correct right now if you want to keep her. If you don't give a shit, then you don't give a shit. I've been in situations like that, guys, where I had women and I never course corrected because I basically didn't value them. I didn't give a fuck if they left, whatever. Left my rotation or whatever. Fuck you. But if you have a woman that you want to keep, you need to course correct. All right, guys. I'll get back with you guys later.